Violent Night is directed by Tommy Wirkola. It stars David Harbour, John Leguizamo, and Alex Hassel. And in this new Christmas film, a grumpy Santa Claus now has to save a rich family as their home is infiltrated by burglars who hopes to retrieve all of their money. Now, when seeing the trailer for this film, I had no expectations apart from I just want to be entertained. I said in my last review, not really the biggest fan of Christmas. But this is a Christmas film I can enjoy. It's nothing spectacular. It's no Citizen Kane. It's just there to entertain you. And it's just dumb fun. The trailer pretty much teases what you are given. It's simple. It's Santa killing burglars. That's all it is. That's all I wanted. And it did it really well. But the movie actually does a good job at making you understand why Santa is very grumpy with his life, and probably why Christmas is getting a bit ruined over the years. You know, kids are getting ungrateful with what they get. As it says in the movie, just a small spoiler, but, you know, they have a smile for like 2 seconds and then they want the next present. And that is handled very well here. The main child of this movie is sort of that anti-theme. And yeah, we have seen this in so many other Christmas movies. It's unbelievable, but for a movie that just wants to have some fun, I can kind of let it off in this sense. The villain of this film is awfully cartoonish. There's no getting over it. His motivation, his backstory is incredibly silly, but again, the movie's not always taking itself seriously, so it works. But of course, this is an action movie, so is this any good? Yes. The action in this film is very well done, well choreographed, well shot, well edited. It's entertaining. And it does have some nice homages to films like Home Alone with some booby traps in there. So that was very nice as well. But I was very surprised that this film was going for very dark humour. I know there was going to be some very sexual jokes and stuff. We have seen that in other Christmas films like Bad Santa. And I was expecting it from a 15 rated film here. But there was some very, very dark jokes in this film, and that kind of surprised me for a film like this. But the humour did work. It was very funny, it was entertaining, it didn't mess with the tone at all, it knew what it was. Again, it's just entertaining humour. Most of the performances as well are pretty good. David Harbour is great as Santa Claus. You can tell he's having a blast in this film, and he's probably my personal favourite on-screen version of Santa Claus. But I think probably one of my favourite parts about this film is that it can be enjoyed by anyone. Whether you're a holiday hater or really love Christmas, you'll have a blast with this film. I certainly did. My mum nearly did. Yes, I went to see this with my mum. I'm as shocked as you are. But I had a really fun time with this film. Even though, as I'm going to get into now, I do have some problems with it. And I think the biggest one is that it took itself way too seriously sometimes. So many scenes were very comedic, very entertaining, and then we just slow down a bit and try and make our villain more scary and threatening. And while I can understand why we want to make the stakes even higher, I don't know, I just liked him as a very cartoonish villain. It worked for this sort of film. Some of the side characters were incredibly unlikable and annoying. I thought they were going to be the killable side characters, where you introduce them, they're incredibly annoying, and then you just kill them off. But I was so surprised to see that they lived until the end. And throughout the movie, I was just thinking, can you just kill these people already? They're incredibly annoying. And while the humour was very funny, there seemed to be a lack of it. I really wanted a bit more humour in this film. It would have worked for it, but I just felt it lacked a bit of humour, probably going into the second act of the film. So that's something I wanted a little bit more of. But overall, Violent Night is a fun Christmas film that can be enjoyed by anyone. It's entertaining, it has some great action, the acting is all very good, and you can tell everyone's having a great time. The story is cliche, but it works for this sort of film, and it has some nice homages to old Christmas classics. So Violent Night, it's nothing perfect, it's a fun, entertaining film, and it's going to get a 7 out of 10. I would highly suggest this film, whether you're a Christmas fan or not. But guys, that is it for the end of this review. I hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to leave your thoughts on Violent Night in the comments. Really love to hear your opinions. Next video, not too sure what's coming up next. We'll have to see, but make sure to look out for it. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Make sure to have a good day, and see you later.